Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. How's y'all doing today?
Yay!
Hello. I'm
You
doing
are
awesome.
doing awesome.
Fantastic.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you play D&D. Everything's awesome when you're part of Misscliks.
Ba, 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 ba.
Good.
That's how we start a show.
Mhm.
Boom.
Not always, though. Don't worry. If this is your first time tuning in, it doesn't always happen. Yes. So, if you are so confused where you've ended up, surprise! You're watching a live Dungeons and Dragons gameplay show called Misscliks D&D Seaborn. It is the latest edition of Misscliks D&D. It's been going for quite some time. We started out with Pirate Edition. Now we're back on the seas with Seaborn, and this is Chapter 2 of Misscliks D&D Seaborn. The first was called Friend or Foe, and if you missed that, you can find it on Misscliks.com, but also on youtube.com/Misscliks. And this chapter is called, I forget, you just named it, Neil.
I just sent you the name,
I know. It's called.
and I'm now using this as a delaying tactic to look up the name.
Something about being on the sea. Or
Tides of
something.
Change.
Tides of Change. This is Chapter 2, Tides of Change. To give you a brief recap, we are now servants of Brimstone, the Fire Incarnate, who is a red dragon who we found to be inhabiting our small little island, which is out of the way of normal civilization. I am a half-human, half-minotaur woman named Maribel, and I have fled civilization after accidentally / purposefully, in a fit of anger, killing the person that I was a bodyguard of. And I found respite on this island, but now I seem to be falling back into my old ways of comfortably being a servant to Brimstone, the Fire Incarnate, and smashing things on his behalf.
Good use of the word respite, by the way.
Thank you.
Tell
us about your character and why you are here and what you're doing in a brief recap.
Well, I am a dwarf cleric called Algrind, and I prefer books and learning and such to the company of other people. I tolerate other people. I don't like them. I tolerate them. And that I also have no moral qualms with being servant of this dragon and feeding him, people. Because, hey, if my boss demands human flesh, I'm going to give it to him because it's either them or me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jen, who are you?
I am Albert, the Dark Elf. So I'm a Dark Elf. And I'm pretty evil. I think I'm the evilest of the group. Well, I'm trying to be, at least. I know my character is. I'm trying to get there, working on it. And yeah, my character is a mix between a wizard and a thief. And he's really, I guess, looking for power in the long term. Right now, he's focusing on gaining the trust of the town and establishing how he's gonna get into piracy again. Hopefully, as a pirate captain. Unsure about how he feels about slaves though, because he used to be one. But then again, he likes the power, so he's kind of 50-50 on that one.
All right, I am Bruno the Bard, and these three are crazy. I'm gonna just hang out with them to make sure that they don't do too awful things. That's kind of my plan, I suppose.
And also, he plays the bongos quite beautifully, and that's why we call him Bongo.
Excellent. So, what happened in the last episode? Does anyone remember?
We got a ship!
You got a ship.
Yeah, we encountered a merchant boat that had 30 rower slaves, 6 guard, and 1 more slave, or something like that. We ended up killing a lot of them, including the captain, including the 600 gold that was on the captain that was eaten by the dragon. And it's now being pooped and filtered by 2 slaves.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the gold being picked out of the poo.
Yeah.
That was an awful
gold pickers. They could be called gold diggers. But...
Oh.
I didn't say the gold digger.
Oh my gosh.
But they were filtering through some dragons.
The first fun has happened.
That was a good one.
we got that out of the way. So yeah, we have the dragon that ate them. He was kind of pleased with it. I think we've done our first good dragon deed. He ate the spell book though, so we're sad about that. But we ended up with 28 slaves and a lot of good stuff besides the lost 600 gold. So we have like copper tin, lead ore, slaves, aged dwarven ale, gold, bags of grains, lots of books, and we gave some stuff to the mermaids too, to make them happy. We found where they lived, and we found out that Saghuin, south of the mermaid area, were plaguing the area, so we should probably deal with the Saghuin and get all their stuff.
Sahugwin?
Saghuin, yeah, sure.
Sahugwin?
Singing.
Those guys. Sahuguin.
I liked it better when it was just kind of lost, like yeah.
Sahugwin.
Anyway, those guys.
Yeah.
The evil fishermen.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's it. We named our ship the Snas.
The SS NAS,
The SS Snas.
which is not a slave ship.
Super totally not a slave ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is the SS not a slave ship?
Yep. Because it's totes not a slave ship.
Anything else that I missed? I think some
No, that was a
people
pretty good
leveled up.
recap. Oh yes, we did hit a level up. Who leveled up?
Oh,
I think it was Jess.
shit.
Did we do?
I did. Sorry.
We gave XP after we closed out the show,
Right.
Mhm.
I
and
forget.
someone leveled up, and I asked them to write it somewhere on their character sheet so we'd remember who.
I'm pretty sure that was me. I just
I'm
opened
pretty
the
sure it was you.
character
What is your
sheet.
total experience right now, Jess?
6,030. Yeah. So I did, and I was set to level up at 6,000 experience. So yeah, I did level up, which we didn't actually
Yes.
do yet.
Well, then let's do your level up stuff. Would you
All
please
right.
roll me a D8 for your new HP?
Of course I would. Oops. If I could join the game, I'll roll 20 first.
Aha.
That might be beneficial.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
Ooh. Your HP goes up by 7.
Yeah. Goes up by 7. Goes up by 7.
That is a lot.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
You also get 1 additional first and 1 additional second level spell to cast per day.
Nice.
That is the best news I've heard all day.
And you also get an additional weapon proficiency.
Oh.
So you may learn how to use an additional type of weapon.
Okay.
And
Can I
think-
take a bit to figure out what I want that
Yes.
to be?
You do not
All
need
right,
to
great.
do it right away.
Perfect.
There are also some weapon fighting styles that I think a priest has access to, but they're hiding from us right now. But we can deal with that a little bit later, because I don't think any of those will really benefit you, actually.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Did you say I get 1 additional first level and 1 additional second level?
Yes.
Thank you. So now I have 5 first level spells and 3 second level spells.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Let me just... Because you have high wisdom, don't you? Yeah, that's perfect. Yes, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Type.
Cool. So, this next morning, after all the things of yesterday, actually, let's do a quick HP check before we get too far into the story. How are you all feeling for HP? Are you all at full?
Fine.
Did any of you take any damage?
I took some. I don't remember when, but I'm at 32 out of 36.
Okay, so you're fine.
I think I'm okay, probably.
So I was at 13 out of 13. Now that I have 7 more HP, am I at 13 out of 20 or am I at 20 out of 20?
20 out of 20. It just,
Tight.
if you were at half HP, you'd still be at half HP. So you just adjust
Okay.
to maintain the percentages.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, so that next morning, after all is said and done, you guys wake up kind of stretch out a little bit, head outside, and what do you find down by the seashore but two mermen standing, or
Ooh.
I guess they don't stand, but lounging on the sand.
When you say it in that tone, does it mean that it's seductively lounging or just normal lounging?
No, they're just lounging.
Okay. I'm a little disappointed, but that's
You're a
fine.
half minotaur. Are you attracted to mermen?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be? Half sea creature, half man, half
Hey
minotaur?
man, have you ever seen a merman? Like, just tell me you're just I challenge you to find somebody who's not attracted to a merman.
I think mermen are hot.
Who doesn't?
I'm not sure how it works to be in an adult relationship with a merman.
But that doesn't
Please
matter.
don't
Like the
challenge us to
fantasy,
find out.
like the fantasy's still there, even
Yeah.
though you don't really quite understand how it would work.
Yeah, like mechanically, I'm not really sure how getting busy would work, but I'm also relatively sexually attracted to them on some level, and it's
I'm
a
sure you
very
could make it
confusing
work.
feeling to me.
I'm sure you could make it work.
I'm
True
sure I
love
could.
conquers all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you're probably digging the mermaids.
Me?
Well,
Oh,
Your
no.
character.
Algrind is open-minded. Okay, that's all
Oh,
I'm.
really?
Oh yeah, love does not discriminate. Love is blind. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think Albert could also be open-minded, but I'm not sure if
Mm.
he would be with a dwarf.
Mm. Well, Algrind would be sad about that, but you
Yeah. I don't know. We're
Anyway.
gonna have to find out what happens with this.
know.
Well, there's
Failure.
two mermen down there. What do you want to do, guys? This story could take a very different turn if we wanted.
Well,
Does someone
I
have
think
the dancing lights spell? Get like a little fake club going on?
Misscliks beach party.
I mean, I do have water to wine. If you want to add some social lubricant to the situation.
Sorry if mermaids drink wine. Anyway,
Anyway, there's two of them down there.
and it's the next morning, right?
Yes.
So since I didn't give you my spells, let's assume I had the previous ones.
Or you can just give me your spells right now because we haven't done
Oh,
anything
sure.
yet.
Well, I was gonna say the good thing is that I did have the talk to mermaid spell.
Comprehend languages.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it's called.
Nice.
So I'll get comprehend languages and sure I'll get spook.
And would the rest of you also just shoot me a quick copy of the spells you've chosen to memorize for today
I
in
would,
advance?
but I don't get spells.
You are the only non-spell caster in the party. But you also have 36 HP.
Yes, I do.
And I mean, can't I just wait until like?
No, you need to tell me
Oh, I do need to.
at the
Okay.
start of the day.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we go see the mermaids.
Cool. You head on down there, and the two mermen are there. They kind
Are they
of
looking
straighten.
pissed, happy?
They straighten up for your approach, and one of them
What
goes
do
like
the mouth?
this.
I cast comprehend languages
Okay.
and held up my hand.
All right. He goes. I think we have found the way that we got here. I think we finally figured out how we came here from our land. Can we show you? He grabs you by the hand and starts to pull you into the water, Albert.
Oh,
I mean, his back is to you, so you can like physically resist him, but he's tugging you into
I
the water.
kind of pull and I'm like, Jess,
Had a shot. Wait.
do you happen to have the breathe underwater spell thing? Or Bruno?
Oh yes, I have that.
Can you cast it on us and follow the merman so we can see where they come from?
I don't know. It'll only last for 4 minutes.
Can always start.
What's the
climbing
holdup?
back.
Come on, we need to show you this. It's important.
I do this, and then I point to Bruno.
I enter the water, and then I show him this. I like kind of float on top, a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I make a show of like lying on my back and then not drowning, and then I dramatically go underwater, and then I'm like, ah.
Turns her head to the side. Said, "Yeah, I know you can't breathe underwater, but you were breathing underwater yesterday, or the day
Then
before."
I point to Bruno once again, and I'm like,
We'll just do the same thing again. Come on.
yeah.
This
So
is
I'm like,
important.
Bruno, come on, this is important.
Albert, what's he saying?
He's saying it's important we see where they come from.
Okay. I kind of make sure he has my attention, and then I motion this.
Okay, then I motion this too.
4? For what? 4 noses? 4 breaths?
I tried to motion like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Yes.
12, 17, 18.
4
Maybe they're gonna get it.
seconds?
I guess.
Look, if you can breathe underwater, just come with us. We need to show you this. It might have ramifications for your town too.
I still do like 4.
Yes. 4. We'll
How
keep
many-
4 in mind.
How many seconds are in 4 minutes? Let me calculate. So it's 60 times 4. I'm really good at mental calculation. So it's, damn it, 240. Of course it had to be 240. How can I illustrate this shit? Anyone has any idea how to illustrate 240 seconds? Or
You
minutes?
could pretend to hold your breath and count at the same time.
Yeah, sure. I'm like trying to do a sign to apologize. I'm like, and then I straight out count 4 minutes pretending to hold my breath, and then at the end I go, "Ah!"
Okay. By the time you're done, your spell is over. I'm pretty sure.
No, but oh. Wait, let's see how long my spell lasts.
Yeah.
5 rounds per level.
So that's 5 minutes per level. And what level are you? Wizard level 2?
I'm level 2.
Yeah, so that's fine.
So I'm
You can
still
have
good
it.
for like another 5 minutes or something.
Not very efficient, but good
Ooh,
enough.
like 2 minutes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think he got what I meant now.
Okay, so you can't hold your breath for that long.
Governor, activate the machine of breath holding.
No, we can have him swim us over it and then dive down. So, like, I'll be in the water and then I'll be like,
How can you cast while in the water?
He can cast from like with his head above water, just can't cast
Yeah.
underwater.
Can't cast while
Okay.
swimming.
Oh. Yeah, let's just cast it at the start. At least he knows we only got 4 minutes, so...
yeah, I won't be swimming. I'll be riding on someone or something.
I guess so. Yeah, do it with Maribel, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
Have a
let's go.
Okay.
What is it?
Nothing.
Oh, we have a ship? But I thought he wanted to bring us
Oh, I have no
underwater.
idea how far away it is.
Anyway.
Yeah, I try. Okay. I tried to motion like this.
No, you can't walk there. It's underwater.
And then I point to the ship.
Yeah, we can sail there. And dive off? Sure.
Everyone onto the ship!
Fantastic.
Okay. Your slaves who
Slaves,
were
get
chained to
ready.
the ship last night and woke up out
Yeah.
here are already on board. It's just the 4 of you and them. A few other townspeople are around, and they wave you off.
Okay, you mentioned last time that the details have to be done, so I'm just going to ask now before you pull the, oh, they're all starved because they didn't eat. They are
Exactly
getting
what I was gonna
rations.
ask.
No, none of them have eaten yet.
We
You
said
scum! That's assumed!
last week that we were gonna feed them.
Oh, sure. Well, then I guess they got some food last night, but they haven't had breakfast this morning.
And we
There are rations on the ship, right? Presumably?
Yes, the ship did come with some food on it for them at the time being. So if you dole them out, they can feed, but they can't actually reach the food on their own. It's kept at a distance from them.
I thought that we talked about letting them out on.
You don't have the key to open their chains.
Oh.
That
Well,
also
that's easy.
was
Then
on the
we're
man
bad guy.
and got swallowed.
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
It's okay. We can tell them that later. Let's
Well, we can be the good guys then.
that try
They
to
don't
free
know.
them.
Yeah.
No.
That we killed the key. Anyways, sorry. Back
Yeah, we can say that we don't have the key and we're investigating
Mm-hmm.
how to get them out. The best ones first.
Right.
The ones that work hardest.
You guys hop on your boat, your ship, and your oarsmen paddle you out as you follow the mermen who are kind of splashing through the waves to show you the way. And it's actually about 7 miles out at sea where you end up. If you take a look at the map, you end
Good
up
thing we
leaving
had the
Volutin.
great idea of doing the boat thing. It's not like Neil hinted at it or anything.
You leave Volutin and end up coming out here, way out here. You're actually about halfway between Ember Shore and the Great Desert to the north. So you're roughly
I would assume
around
that
here.
we left with our personal weapons, at least, right?
I assume you brought all of your gear with you.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Before you're like, oh, but you didn't bring anything on the boat.
Well, I just want you guys to be detailed with your characters.
Well-
You can say I take the stuff, or you can be detailed and explain what it is you do. The more detail you infuse into the game, the more interesting the game is for everybody. So that's why I make you say I don't just loot the weapons, or I don't just loot the gold. I loot the weapons too. Details are good.
Yep. Well, I can confirm that I left with my equipment.
Excellent. Anyway, you arrive at this spot in the sea where the mermen are just kind of swimming about in circles. There's 6 of them now instead of just the 2.
Okay. I make sure the mermen look at me very. I make sure I have their attention. Again, I remind them. I emphasize this very strongly, and then I cast the spell on the 4 of us.
Scratch their
asking-
chins.
Okay, let's do this.
Uh-oh. Okay. You guys leap off the side of the ship and dive into the water. The mermen grab hold of your hands and pull you further down.
You said all of us, right? All of us can breathe underwater.
Bruno casted all 4 of you, I believe.
Correct.
Excellent.
I do not bring my halberd with me. I leave it on the boat.
Okay. They
We have a way
pull-
to anchor the boat here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have an anchor?
We anchor the boat.
You plummet to the bottom of the sea, being pulled by these mermen in your own furious kicking. The bottom is actually not that far away. This is a shallow sea, so it's only, I want to say, 100 feet to the seafloor here, which I think you can easily make in under 2 minutes, Anna. If you're swimming down and being pulled by a dolphin, you could go 100 feet in under 2 minutes, right?
I would think so.
Seems very reasonable.
I've never timed myself, but if I can almost instantly get down 10 feet, then I would think that I could get 100 feet pretty quick if I were being pulled.
Okay. What is the lasting breath? Is D4 or D6 minutes plus whatever?
4 plus d4.
4 plus d4. Okay. You arrive at the bottom of the seabed. It is a little dimmer down here than it is at the top, but it is not quite dark, except for this one spot. You're in and amongst all these big coral shelves, and there's lots of little fish swimming about, and it's actually quite beautiful and lovely. It looks like something out of The Little Mermaid, almost. Except at the bottom here, there is this maybe 10-foot diameter black hemisphere that is just protruding out of the ground, completely pitch black, no shine or gleam to it whatsoever. One of the mermen picks up a whalebone that is resting nearby and pokes it into the big blackness thing. And when he pulls it back, all the section that had gone into the big black hemisphere is just gone. The whalebone ends at the spot where it was touching the event horizon.
I pick up a whalebone and try the same thing.
Same thing happens.
I look very confused.
I make sure to motion to Maribel, shaking my head a lot.
I nod at him. I look at the mermen and I point at them.
They make some sounds, but to you it's just kind of like.
And to me, it's like.
Your spell's long worn
It's
off.
been a while.
It
You're
took you
right.
like 2.5 hours to get here.
Okay.
Okay, well,
One of them motions to, or does a motion at the other and makes some weird clicky noises. And just as they are starting to turn around and rise towards the shore, out from behind one of these big coral shelves scuttles a crabman.
Dot, dot, dot.
Nobody is taken by surprise, but I would like you guys to roll, one of you to roll initiative for your team. I will roll for the mermen and for the crabmen.
How many minutes has it been?
It's not too long. It's been like 2 minutes.
When the giant crabman comes out, I immediately go like this to the crew, like let's go, let's go, let's go.
Is the crabman a threat to the mermen and to us, or?
That is something you will have to judge for yourself.
Okay. Okay.
those 6 mermen we have with us, they're weaponed, right?
They do have spears.
Okay.
You rolled a 6 for initiative. The crabman goes first. It scuttles towards your party and takes 2 big pincer clips at a merman. Ooh, one of them hits. And I forgot crabman damage. Oh my god, how could I forget how much damage the crabmen do? He pinces the merman for 6 points of damage. Blood starts to flow through the water where the merman got a big cut on him. And it is the party's turn. What do you guys want to do?
Retreat.
How many of you can swim? Only those of you that know how to swim can retreat.
I grab whoever doesn't know how to swim because I do know how to swim. and
I
I'm
can't.
big and
I
strong.
can't swim. I don't know how to swim.
We'll go with the usual pattern we've done is
Yeah.
you're grabbing me and
Yeah.
Albert's grabbing Elgrin.
Mhm.
Albert,
Yeah.
can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay.
But remember, we've done this before as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were clear on things.
We have pre-made subgroups of swimming.
Excellent. Okay, and you guys, you just swim. You don't even wait for anything.
Nah.
Take off. Okay.
I can't do shit underwater. or
Especially
fighting.
not against a crabman in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Not doing
I
it.
tried to before leaving. I tried to tug onto the merman to do a sign like.
Okay. Well, it's a fairly short combat because you bail and then the mermen bail. 2 of them get attacks of opportunity on them as they take off. One is a miss, one is a hit. Takes 1 point of damage. And I think
So were
the
there
merman
2 crabmen?
lives through that. But the mermen take off and they come and help propel you through the water. If you throw a glance behind you, the crabman just scuttles along the ground and goes back to his little cave.
Good
And
riddance.
Before you know it, you are back on the surface.
As I break the surface, I say crabmen. Always has to be crabmen.
Indeed. Not too sure how we can fight them if they're underwater.
Oh, I know how.
How?
We have the mermen do it.
I believe the way you fight something underwater is to do the same thing as you would do not underwater, but underwater.
But it doesn't work for everybody. It would certainly work for you, but I can't spellcast. I can't. Pretty sure I can't do the whole crossbow arrow deal.
Your crossbow
so all
will
I'm-
work underwater for a very short range. It's like 30 feet instead of
Oh.
whatever it was before. As you're
I was
pulling
moving
yourselves up
forward.
onto the boat, though, you notice that one of the mermen is badly wounded.
Oh.
And as they're kind of like helping you get up onto the boat, they're looking at him and trying to lie him still on the ground, on the surface, and bind his wounds with whatever they have, but they don't
Algren,
really have
can you
much.
help him out?
I would love to step forward and perform Cure Moderate wounds on him.
Sure, someone's gonna have to like support you in the water in order so that you're not like being
support.
walked around in the waves.
Yeah.
The issue with
Albert-
casting in the water is that it takes too much concentration to be level to cast. So if someone can support you and keep you still, you can cast your
Okay.
spells.
Can one of you guys keep me still?
Yeah, sure. Maribel, do you want to help out? Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I do
the
it.
two of us.
Okay. You guys
Okay.
support Algrund, and give me a D8 if you're doing a cure light wounds.
Is it, well, how? You said he was pretty badly wounded.
He's
so,
pretty badly wounded.
So can I do a Cure Moderate wounds then?
You may, yes.
So I'm sorry. What is
That
it
should be
then?
2d8.
2d8s. Okay.
No, a cure moderate should be a D10.
Okay.
D10 plus 1.
Oh, all right. Well,
We'll just add 1 to it. 10
Oh,
HP.
good
Very
roll there.
nice. The merman's scaly hide kind of knits over. The blood washes away quickly. And before you know it, he is back to perfect health.
Yay.
Dun 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 dun.
Maybe we didn't fight, but at least we look like we did something right.
I'm not familiar with this song you have just sung. What does it mean?
It's a song of celebration amongst my people.
I shall remember it.
You should. It's a great. It connotes excitement and happiness and triumph. So
Sounds like a good
like-
song to drink to.
I like really concentrate on remembering this.
The formerly wounded merman splashes you with some water. Not sure what that means, but you can develop your own ideas. And then
I
they,
bow
Albert likes it.
and then one of them reaches out a hand to Albert.
Ah, I don't have another one. I go like, and I point to the sun, and then I point down, and then I point to the sun that comes back up again.
He nods. And then they disappear beneath the waves and vanish.
Well, I for one have no idea why they think that has anything to do with how they got here.
We must wait until tomorrow so that they can tell us.
I
I
feel
for
like
one,
they
do not
want-
understand how something that disintegrates somebody could also transport them. I agree.
I think they're just making a wild guess that this is something unusual, and something unusual brought them here.
Yeah,
You're very
but
wise, Congo.
I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily to get rid of this crabman. It's just gonna be a tough challenge.
I think that's just a random crabman.
Don't know that. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't just swim around looking for a random crabman to kill, thinking, hey, that's the way home.
I don't think that's the way home.
Shall we wait here until tomorrow? Have we better things to do?
Well, if we wait here until tomorrow, we're gonna assume that we're gonna have to fight this crabman, right?
Why would he follow us to the surface?
No, we would go hunt it.
Why would we hunt it?
To make our alliance with the merman stronger.
I think I've heard the mermen say they had fought these before, and crabmen weren't no thing.
Crabmen are indeed a thing. I do not know what you mean.
They don't pose much of a threat, in other words.
What if we get the merman to use a net to bring up the crabman, and then we kill it?
I am very confused by your obsession with this crabman. I do not understand why you wish to engage in battle when there is no benefit to our engagement in said battle.
You know, Albert, I haven't eaten crab for a while myself, so I understand that you're very enthusiastic, but I also don't think that's worth
Alright,
it that
then
much.
what do you want to do? What's our next move?
I believe that we should either wait here and take time to do various wizarding things that you do, perhaps, or rest.
It is only 100 feet down. Is there anything that detect magic would help with?
Yeah, sure.
What is the
You know
range
you
of detect magic?
It is 60 feet. And it lasts 2 rounds per level. So
you can cast it and start moving around to go see. So you could at least dive underwater with me with the length of your natural breath to see if we find anything.
alright, we could do that.
Pretty
How
sure
many
we can.
spells can you cast per day, Albert?
2.
Oh, me also, only 2.
I already casted 1. I still have Spook, but I'm not sure of the use.
Right, I took Fire Burst, which isn't very useful here.
Yeah. Tough luck for both of us. Well, I could have spooked off the crab if I could breathe underwater.
Since this one is mainly some kind of investigation, I think we wait until tomorrow. I'll prepare 2 lasting breath, and you prepare 2 detect magic.
Comprehend languages? I was thinking
Oh,
almost
yeah, 1
2.
detect magic, 1 comprehend.
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you guys going to wait in this exact spot, or are you going to go back to town?
Let's see, it was
Because
7
it's like
miles out?
10:30 in the morning right now.
Oh, it's not 7 miles out then, is it?
Is there any way
It is
that
7
we
miles out, but it only takes you like 2.5 hours to get there.
Okay.
Is there any way that we might use today to collect some gold for our master Brimstone the Fire Incarnate?
Well, if we see another ship, we could, you know.
So we're between this and the desert to the north. Is there anything noticeable about the desert to the north other than
The
it being
desert's
a desert?
pretty uninhabited in this section. If we zoom out on the map, take a look at everything. Is that all on the screen? Lovely. The desert is pretty uninhabited until you reach well over in this area, further left than where I'm pointing with this ruler.
Okay. I think we should we haven't redecorated the ship yet, right? We still have to do that.
It's also worth noting that these hills over here on the far right side are home to some free bands of halflings that belong to no kingdom. There's a few halfling towns and villages situated in these hills. And it's just such a bitch to get there that no one really bothers to intervene or with those halflings.
Those wouldn't make a very good meal for the dragon. I don't suggest we go there.
A snack, really. However, I agree with your assessment that it would be in our best interest to change the appearance of this ship.
I just can't wait to see Maribel's depiction of the Fire Incarnate.
Ah, yes, yes. It would be my pleasure to place his image on our vessel. Let
Should
us
we
go
go
home.
back to the city? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything to do there?
Paint the ship.
Yeah, and we can probably get started on the whole bag of grain thing, like try to motivate the troops to start planting and...
Yeah, we can get started on getting paid also for
Oh,
being
yeah.
the sheriff.
By the time you get back to town, it is midday. And as you're disembarking and stretching, and people are coming up and asking what's going on, running down the shore towards you is Brian, the fisherman.
Brian?
You have interacted
Fisherman
with before.
Brian?
Mhm.
What's going on?
He stops and doubles over to catch his breath for a moment and says, "Guys, I just spotted a pack of 15 kobolds while I was fishing for pearls. They're just down the coast to the east a little ways, maybe 2 miles, 3 miles, something like that."
Maribel lights up and she says, "Aha! A pack of kobolds. It will be my pleasure to dispatch them for you." And I immediately start tromping toward where they are.
Hold
Having
on,
picked
just a
up my
moment. We do have to meet with the mayor before we do this.
For what reason?
I believe it's time to get paid.
You propose that we should let the kobolds wreak havoc until we receive payment?
No, the kobolds are just there. They're not doing anything menacing right now, are they, Brian?
They're making a camp. I saw them lighting some fires.
Oh, your spell might come in handy.
Okay, then we will be sure to dispatch those kobolds. Well, let's just report into the mayor first.
As you wish.
Alright.
Okay. You find Mayor Trumpet over next to the temple. She is discussing something with the High Cleric, who's not actually a spellcaster, but the High Priest, I should say. They are seemingly chatting, but they stop their discussion when the four of you trudge up to them.
Mayor, I believe we had some unfinished business to talk about.
What is it, Bruno?
Well, now that you're back, and we've pushed the kobolds back, isn't it time to talk about how the position of sheriff should make sure that he gets paid enough to keep the town safe?
I would love to pay you. However, any money that we might have made by selling things to the merchant that came through recently was lost when you murdered him.
Oh, we got paid first for those goods. That's not true.
No, we traded for the ore.
Yeah.
Ah, you're right.
The
we
mayor
got
turns
so
and
much
says,
more.
"I'm sorry, priest. We'll chat later. I need to speak with my sheriff for a moment." And the priest walks off. And when he's out of earshot, the mayor says, "I don't have anything wrong with you killing him and taking his ship. The high priest has some problems with it, so you must maintain some semblance of diplomacy here. I would love to pay you, Bruno. I'd love to pay a lot of you, but honestly, I don't have a copper to my name, and the town doesn't have any money to its name either."
All the money in the town just disappeared? Am I to believe that? Poof.
Well,
This seems an unlikely story, Donalda.
we've kind of been facing bigger threats, so I was not going to say anything, but I think that night during the storm, someone broke in and stole everything, really. It seemed like a minor issue because, who could use money to spend on anything, but now that things are getting fixed, I was going to bring this up eventually. I haven't the foggiest idea who it could be. To be honest,
Yeah, that's
my
good.
first suspicion was, and she turns to face Albert.
Ha.
But
Maribel
over
was
time, you
basically,
seem to have
like,
proven your worth.
Maribel is like very irritated. She's like kind of snorting and like stomping her feet and stuff a little bit, and she says, "Mayor Donalda Trumpet, with all due respect, do you not think that it would have been imperative that you report such a crime to the sheriff immediately? Now there are likely no clues, and you have done a great disservice to this town."
Excuse me, Maribel.
You
Give
are
me one
excused,
reason why telling you earlier would have had any effect.
because then the sheriff could have done his job. Mayor.
The sheriff was a little busy saving the town from kobold raids, and a little busy trying to get a ship, and a little busy with the red dragon that's on the island. Not to mention
You
everything
mean
went
Brimstone
disappearing
the
in
fire
a storm, and there was no clues to be found because everything in the entire town was broken.
That sounds very suspicious to me, Mayor.
Right, I stole the money myself. Way to
There are
go.
no clues, and only you saw it
Your
happen.
head is as thick as your hiney.
I pull out my halberd and look at the sheriff.
What are you going to do? Are you going to kill me?
Maribel,
Are you going to
Maribel,
strike me down here, Maribel? A lot of people didn't want you in this town, and I vouched for you. And if you kill me here, they're all going to descend upon you
I'm
and
just
rip you to
looking at the sheriff.
shreds.
I'm like ignoring her and just looking at the sheriff.
It's
like,
all good,
"Mm,
everybody.
that's easy to
Calm
go."
down. We're all on the same side here. Well, except the
Stand down,
high
Maribel.
priest.
Donaldo is a good mayor.
Because apparently the high priest is kind of
If
an
the money is
asshole.
gone, there's nothing we can do about it. Until we track them down.
Well, no one's left
However-
this island yet, so whatever money has been missing is still here somewhere.
Well, we could do a city investigation, and then if it's not in the city, it must be with the kobolds, right?
So, this...
Kobolds could have
Do
taken
you-
it.
I just want to know about the town, I guess. Does it have a treasury? Does it reside with the mayor? Is that knowledge?
The mayor tells you that she has the treasury. Like, whatever town, there's no real town hall. The town kind of operates out of the mayor's house, so the mayor keeps all the wealth for the town. And if the mayor does her job right, it's supposed to be separate from her own personal wealth.
If
Otherwise, it's embezzlement.
I'm just sitting there, like, kind of tapping the butt
So
of my
how
halberd.
about until we find said money, we do a courtesy deal where you help us by feeding the ship slaves because we want them well fed. We don't want to treat them like they're not human beings. We have the bags of grain, which I encourage to plant and harvest. We can use that to feed them eventually. Until then, I guess we need to figure it out.
Yes, we have people working on everything. We'll see to the needs of your rowers.
Yeah, let's just make sure, because since we don't have any income, we have no way of paying for that food, and I would like those people not to die, because they're going to be useful, I believe.
She nods.
And if we need any expenses for, let's say, torches and stuff to go help the village, it would be really nice if those are covered, because our funds are going to run out, and we're
As I
not
told you, I
rich.
don't have a penny to my name. So, don't you
Well,
guys
it would
have
be-
some few copper? I mean, torches are cheap.
No,
Why are
I
we,
mean,
why are we
right now
squabbling
we
over
have-
pennies?
I mean, right now we have them, but at some point we're going to run out since we don't have any income. So
I believe what Albert is saying is just giving an example
yeah.
of expenses that we may need.
Well, I can cover 0 copper of all of your expenses until this money is recovered or we bring some new things into town.
All right. Well,
You
we
know,
have a
we
lot
also
of...
haven't collected any taxes for this month. But I figured the entire town could use a break from taxes while things are going this way. But if you guys really need me to start collecting taxes again to pay you, then I can go about and do that. I'll just let everyone know that the sheriff is enforcing taxes again.
Anna, your mic's muted.
As I was saying, Mayor Trumpet, you have resources other than money as the mayor. And as my dear friend here just explained, we have need of resources that are not monetary, such as torches. I believe that you, as mayor, could likely help supply us with said torches.
How many
without
torches do you need?
No, it's not about
Really,
the
this
torch.
is way, like, I was hoping the sheriff could figure out a way to get his own torches. But if you need me to step in and take care of everything for you, maybe I should just
Take
find
care
myself
of
a new sheriff.
everything for us. Would you like to take care of our job instead, Mayor Trumpet?
You know, Marigold, you haven't given me anything but shit since you
Maribel.
got here. Maribel, Marigold, Mar something, whatever. Don't get too high and mighty on that horse of yours.
Would you prefer that I cease to do my so-called job here?
Why did you even
Okay, you know
come
what? I
here?
think we got off on the wrong foot here. There's no need to levy taxes yet. We'll take care of it. As long as you take care of the provisions for our men on the ship, then that would be appreciated. Thank you.
I'll see to your men. Of course.
I flare my nostrils at her.
She gives you a squinting glare.
I'm
Let's
looking
go look
down on
into
her by
those
like 2 feet.
kobolds.
Yes, you are.
So the squinting glare is comical.
So, what's going on with the copper, tin, lead, and ore? Are those resources being used?
Yes,
Purposes?
Basil's working with them right now. I figure he's smelting them down, but I really don't know too much about the process.
What are they going to be used for?
Well, we could use some more nails to rebuild what we've got. We could use a few more axes because we need some more lumber a little bit faster. And then everyone has a need for something, you know. Someone needs some horseshoes. Someone needs some of this. Someone needs some of that. There a lot of
Sometimes people need saving from kobolds.
Question
You know,
Well, I
speaking
think we
of-
took care of the kobold threat. I don't think there's any more of those around.
I think we did.
Speaking of kobolds, we're about to go kill some kobolds over to the east.
How
I
many?
have one last
Do we
question.
need to ring the bells?
From what I heard from the fisherman Brian, there's just about 15. So I think we can take care of that.
Okay.
I
I'll go
believe when we
organize
saved you
a
from
quick
the
militia
kobolds,
just in
Mary.
case there's more. This wouldn't be the first time
Alright.
they've feigned an attack.
I got a last question about the ore that was given to the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that he's not going to be selling those things, considering that we brought them into the city. I hope it's for the good of the city and not of the good of the blacksmith, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah. He's been
Alright.
doing a lot of pro bono work for us lately.
Alright.
Basil's a good
Sounds
man.
good.
In fact, he probably should get paid before you guys. But that's neither here nor there.
We got the ore first, so I would argue against it. If we don't bring back ore, he can't do his work, so that's about it. in
Yeah,
my
but he's been
opinion.
working 12-hour days.
You don't think we've been working 12-hour days?
I saw Maribel sleeping in the street one day. Just passed out on the street, dozing.
That's how much we've been working.
As a matter of interest, Mayor Donalda Trumpet, how is a mayor elected in this town?
Ah, you certainly have become articulate.
I asked you a question.
Elections are not for some time. If you'd like to run against me, I welcome the challenge.
When are elections and how are they conducted?
Yearly elections on winter solstice.
What season is it now, Neil?
I don't recall. Does anyone remember what season we said it was? It's either spring or autumn, and I don't remember.
I don't remember.
All right, we're just going to roll for it. 50-50. It is autumn.
So winter's coming right up.
Winter should be
Thursday.
here in... Winter solstice should be here in 3.5 months.
Interesting.
Alright, let's go for those kobolds on that happy note.
That's right. In case it is a feint, make sure you have the town covered, Donalda.
I'll gather some men. And with that note, let's go to our first break. And we'll see y'all on the other side of the show. Bye-bye.
Bye.